Whoa, whoa, wait.
Today I'm going to be talking about the Native Americans and their mistreatment in North America, especially the United States. This here is a quote by an unknown Cherokee Indian. They don't know who did it, but it says, "When you were born, you cried and the world rejoiced. Live your life in such a way that when you die, the world cries and you rejoice." Which is a very nice quote, which is just straight out showing that these are nice people. Do you ever wonder about them though? Do you ever wonder what happened to them after the Europeans came from Britain and just stole their land? They said, "You have to move. This is America, is ours now." They should have much better treatment due to the fact that America was originally theirs. From 1838 to 1839, President at the time, Andrew Jackson, forced hundreds of thousands of Native Americans to flee their homes to make land for new settlers. This was called the place where they cried, but was later named the Trail of Tears due to the fact that they thought that name was too hard. According to the Kaiser family and Native American Aid, here are the stats for health care of the Native Americans. As you can see, an average American has much better health than a Native American. So as you can see, the poor health is 28% versus 16, obesity is 69 versus 64, diabetes is 11% versus 7, cardiovascular is 9% versus 5, and frequent mental distress is 44% versus 38. As you can see by these statistics, it is quite obvious that the Native Americans have less access to health care, even though America's originally theirs. Another thing are the living conditions. This right here is a Native American reserve. In case you don't know what a reserve is, it's a place that is supposedly like what America was before the Europeans came and attacked. Which means that it still follows the same culture as the Native Americans, but it is definitely very poorly maintained. The government runs these reserves, and as you can see, they're very poorly maintained, and only 22% of the Native Americans alive today live there, which means that 78% have to leave their culture, which is very heartbreaking. And another thing is that living on these reserves is free for Native Americans. And it's really sad to say that 90,000 are still homeless. It's quite heartbreaking, because you can live here for free, but then you decide to go be homeless. That shows how poorly maintained these places are. And another thing is that they don't have much access in good households. For example, the reserves are poorly maintained, but even the houses are not that good. Only 50% of the houses have drains, which means that half of the houses don't even have sinks, showers, or anything with a drain. And also 3 out of 10 are overpopulated. And not only do they need better resources to survive, but they deserve it. Because it's a basic human right and America was originally theirs. Thanks.